Time for us to talk about Vanguard cards that have yet to come.
Booster 14! Hype!
Yes.
Hype!
As you can tell by my ramblings and his ramblings and her ramblings and her not
Oh
ramblings,
god!
that we got the whole list of Booster 14 a while back, and I guess there's no other reason to not talk about it.
There's things I want, there's things you want, there's things you want, I don't know if there's things.
I don't freaking know what's in it. That's what you guys are here for.
Woo!
Because I have kept myself from looking at the list due to varying degrees of raisins.
I just looked at the list.
We should start from the top.
I see
Well,
things I like, so it's
Ashley
good.
Reverse.
Oh boy, she's good. We're still not gonna use Ashley.
Yeah, I actually think she makes Jewel Knights usable.
She
They
does,
were plenty usable before, and then Revengers were like, nah, we're gonna do all that and
but
more.
better, so then they can
Exactly.
so then they became useless, if
Yeah.
you will.
Now this is like, yeah, well, we tried, kind of.
Even before when I looked at Jewel Knights, I was like, there's stuff here that could be usable, but it's just the way they're set up, it's not going to work very well. And then Revengers came in and we're like, no!
I think it's because they wanted them to be usable in general. That's why they want rear guards instead of a Vanguard, and that's their defining thing.
Anything from you? Okay.
So yeah, Ashley, pretty great. Next we've got
Liberated Bonds! Gaslight Zenith!
Oh yeah,
Cross
Zenith.
Break Ride.
He's strong.
He is.
And doesn't care about Liberators other than for the counterblast.
This is a sign, but not as big of a sign as another card.
Oh, you mean Edward Scissorhands. I mean Ezel Scissors. What? What?
So now the pretzel is scissors.
Yep. You see, this set has told me, given me a premonition that the archetype was only for this season because it didn't do as well as they thought it was gonna do. And the reason I say that this set is the thing that gives me this premonition is because cards like this one, let's see, Zenith, they don't really need the Liberators that they're in.
No.
I mean,
Especially
Ezel,
not this guy. He's not even.
He's not even a Liberator.
Ezel came back and went, screw your Liberators, I'm doing things the old way.
And his lore's dumb too. It's like, hey guys, I'm back. I know how to unlock. Suck my dick.
And then Chaos Breaker Dragon's like, wait, you know how to do what? And he's like, yeah, I know how to unlock. Where did you learn to do that?
Well, he spent the entirety of Season 2 learning how, and he spent the entirety of Season 3 mastering it, I guess.
And Schwarzschild Dragon, who is responsible for all the sealing of plans, is just sitting in the background crying and flailing around.
But at least he had plus 10k to crit. Oh wait, so does Ez. If you have 5 rearguard gold paladins, which is like...
Implying you don't get 5 rearguard gold paladins.
If you don't get 5 rearguard gold paladins,
You're
you're
not-
doing something wrong.
You know, you're not playing gold paladins.
At the end of the turn, you soul charge one and unflip one just to refund half the cost. Okay. At least on the plus side, you don't actually have to unlock anything for the rest of that to actually function. So, there's that. He have another skill. Right, he had the plus 1k for every gold paladin.
Oh yeah, because he does all you see.
And then he's lowered. He still, if he sees that caramel
Yep,
popcorn,
if you're
he's
11
gonna go back in his text.
If you're 11k, you have a lord.
You're doomed
It's
to
just how
lord.
it is. It's the-
He's fine. He got a lot of support cards actually, so he's not completely useless against not-Link Joker.
Man, Link Joker had a good run.
Right as I decided to build them. Ha ha ha! I'm still gonna have fun with them.
What's next on the list?
Goddess of the Sunlight, Yataka Garasu.
Yadagaras.
Like that Band Yugi man
Yeah, it's like the
card,
Band
except
Yugi
it's
card.
a woman and not a bird.
Well, that we know of.
I
Well,
really
she
hope...
might be a shape-shifting crow. I don't...
What? She's a noble. So yeah, that's a possibility.
At any rate, she's your big guns for Genesis.
it's a nice card. It's one of those things it's so crazy that you just gotta use it.
Soul Blast 9, draw 2, stand 2.
I would,
Yeah, and whenever you guard, you can move one of the guardians to the soul.
like that's it's insane.
Self-perpetuating.
Yeah, it's so crazy. It's just like, dude, I'm gonna probably use it.
Usually one shot, it's really hard to get 18 soul and not be dead already.
But that one shot is pretty good as it is. So it's not like
She
something
was
you
a
need to
re-
use a billion times.
She was a regalia. Oops, we borked the game. Sorry.
She's not.
There's a reason she's not.
So
We'll get to that.
yeah, and it is a pretty neat card. I'd probably use it. I assume you'd use it if your deck could call for it.
I'm gonna play like one because it's better than Iwanagahime.
There you go. Next.
Yeah.
Ho,
Regalia.
Tolitaka.
Well, speaking of it,
Remember when guest artist cards weren't good? Apparently Bujiro doesn't because,
Regalia of Omniscience.
Omniscience, that's a good one.
The fuck is Omniscience?
Omniscience, all-seeing.
Omniscience.
Okay, I'm dyslexic. Can we just go with that?
Whatever, I'm sure we all called Madonna
Omniscience
that
works.
once upon a time.
Omniscience. From now on, her nickname is Omniscience.
I don't think any of us did.
Anyways. Well, restanding Vanguard. Yeah.
Well,
good.
all you need to know next.
Next.
Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 3, discard 3, stand +5 because it needed to be more powerful.
Because yeah, I needed to make sure you could hit when it stands.
It doesn't even care if it hits or not.
But it wanted to make sure you can if you want to.
All right,
It's
next.
especially crazy with Himiko, because that means you can end up Soul Blasting 9 in one turn and drawing 2 cards and attacking them 10 billion times.
Yep.
It's just the penultimate of Genesis, whether you want to crossbreak her or not.
One of their many penultimates, just like Akiba Ranger.
Dauntless, Dominate, Dragon,
Oh yeah, the reversed.
Oh, hi.
So I heard Goku lost his job
And so did Flare Whip Dragon and just about everyone else
because why would you not use this card?
Kagero, what have you been doing?
Kagero incarnate right there. Limit break 4 every time you drive check a grade.
No, Counterblast 1, lock 1.
Okay.
And then he gains the skill where if you drive check a grade 1 or greater Kagero,
Yeah, that's what it was, right?
burn a grade 1.
Yeah, limit break.
And it gets
John
plus
Blast.
3,000. Because
Yeah.
it needed one more thing.
So if you're not getting triggers, you're killing their stuff.
Oh no. And like worst case scenario, you're checking 4 triggers.
Not to mention it's a cross ride, so it's going to
Yeah.
be at 13 most likely.
If it's
Yep.
not, oh well, you're
If
killing
it's not, oh
everything.
well. If it is, it's not only 13, but it gets for that turn the plus 10k, and like he mentioned, the stand power from the Dauntless.
It's better than Goku.
It's
Like,
just like I tried Goku, but this is better than you in almost every single way.
Dauntless rose up behind Goku and
Damn.
stabbed him through the
he
back.
has the Bedivere, he has the K.
Like literally, the limit break thing is the only thing that Goku doesn't have that makes him better in a way, and
Kagero
even
just
then.
got a Luck Bird, which is searchable.
Yep, searchable luck bird.
Freaking terrifying.
It's
Kagero will not stop being OP.
needless to say, Kagero is a plan that I like, and I am happy that it's getting.
2, 3,
Things.
4 different decks now after Booster 14 and the extra booster.
And yeah, that's an extra booster. Another deck I can't wait to build is going to show up.
A couple of variations on Novel Vague and some other gimmicky crap like Blast Bark, who just shoves crits in your face.
Oh, so good.
Eradicator, Ignition,
Oh.
Dragon!
Oh yeah,
Your
Ignition Dragon.
Eradicators are actually getting more varied and interesting.
This one gets around locking in a very unique way.
What? No, he doesn't.
Oh, he doesn't? It
It's
was
the
ruled?
other one.
No, it.
Professional. Anyway,
Ignition Dragon, Counterblast 1, your opponent chooses 2 of their
Oh yeah, you're right.
rear
There is
guards
the
and
other
retires
one.
it on break red. So basically it works with anyone you can think of in the entirety of Narukami, but especially with its other Eradicator brethren, like Gauntlet Buster, who's also gaining 6,000 more power and 2 criticals just for being.
Boy, yeah.
You can use it with Sweep Command Dragon to nuke 4 by applying both of his abilities first and then the Break Rate skill. Most people don't know that. Most people are terrible.
Terrible.
Be them.
Don't do it.
Yeah, he's probably the best all-around Break Rate Narukami has now.
One of their how many?
3.
Okay.
Shaper worked with one guy, and even that one guy doesn't care anymore. And Valiant Sword is just ignition light.
So yeah, just use this.
Use this guy. Now we're getting to the one that gets around locking.
Tempest
in any
Bolt of
way.
Dragon. That ninja knight dragon dude.
Well, counterless 3 Eradicators, Dark Hole.
And plus 2K for every.
Anything that was locked is not going to get hit because they are not cards.
Our cards, they're just spots, blocking spots.
And he gets 2,000 power for every empty circle anyone has.
Yeah.
So, dude, this guy in freaking tag fights, man.
It's gonna
So
be
dangerous.
Hello.
Like, okay, so it's going to kill up to 10 opposing cards. And it's going to gain up to 40,000 power because all fighters empty circles.
Yep, all fighters in particular. So, if Gushiro's gonna make plans of ever making any what was I gonna say? Team fights when this thing is around,
Ban it from tag fights.
it's going to kill things dead.
Because then you just make sure that your teammate is linked, it has like reverse cards. They lock their own stuff, and then you use it.
On. Although that being said, in normal games, it's not really quite as good as the stuff they've already had.
Oh my god, I just realized Vanguard has become Pokemon. It has cards that act like things that are specifically really great in tag fight, i.e. double battles, and ones that are better in regulars.
So Tempest Bolt Dragon is Autono?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
At any rate, usually upstaged by Gauntlet Buster and pals, but he's the most manly thing. So you can forgive him.
Next on the
Sanctuary of Light. What the frick is that word?
Planetarial
Dragon.
Dragon.
Thank you.
Obligatory ride chain per set! And, well, this guy's actually pretty cool, because when you ride him, you get any Sanctuary of Light card for Counterblast 2.
He's crystally.
And you give 3k to all Sanctuary of Light units when it attacks at limit break.
He is very pretty. He is a character.
Yeah.
No, sure he is.
You've got a grade 1, a grade 2, and 2 different grade 3s. It's fine. Especially since
fine.
Toy Puggle behind any of the grade 2 or 3s is a column.
So you gonna have that little SP in his corner if he actually is SP? Is that a new thing?
No.
That's just from the mag.
Oh, okay.
At any rate, it's nothing to complain about.
I don't know. I'm crazy.
It's just that his ride chain pieces are kind of butt, considering like they have that fail safe where if you ride the wrong thing, you look at the top 7 to ride the right thing, but the right thing has to ride directly on the other right thing, so it doesn't work. Whatever. It's fine. Royal Paladins are happy. Woo Ashley support that is also a Dilated.
Ending Juliet Miranda.
She is pretty.
11k, Ashley Vanguard, blah blah blah. Yeah, it's okay, but it's not really something that
It's
should be shiny.
Hey, but it's not Bedivere.
What rarity is
Got
it?
it.
It's double.
Double. Okay.
Double.
Gloria. That's what's next.
I'm convinced. Right. Okay. Quintet Walls.
Oh
we
yeah,
should
that's
talk
right.
about
That's
these.
a new thing that's happening right there. The new Sentinel version Quintet Wall.
wherein you counterblast one if you have the proper plan of Vanguard, and you're going to, otherwise you're stupid. And then call the top 5 cards of your deck to the Guardian Circle.
Yeah,
It's pretty hardcore.
great, pretty great.
It can just pull a lot of shield out of nowhere. Rest in peace, Guard Grifton.
Yep, and this sort of shows us something that we never really, I never thought of anyway, of doing. You can guard after you use that guard.
Actually, they just recently
Yeah.
changed the game rules to accommodate.
This exact thing. So you guard after you guard with that. So you can just add on top of your shield. You have,
Somehow.
if you somehow don't have
Whiffed.
enough, like if you got a bunch of grade 3s in that,
Or just your other quintets.
or your other quintets got in the way, it's like you can still try to. It's not like an all or nothing thing.
The funniest thing is if you're mixing your sentinels, you can quintet wall into a perfect guard.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Because those don't need to be placed from your hand on the Guardian Circle.
Does their skill still activate, though?
You place your Guardians one at a time and choose to activate abilities as you go, and then you can continue to do the same.
So, yeah, that's it's pretty neat.
That's one way to
To say the
overguard.
least. This is probably why they gave us that Sentinel clause in the first place. Like, we had different reasonings and theories, but my guess is they probably had this in mind for a while.
They were just trying to hammer out the kinks. They spent 5 sets doing that.
At least we now know that Bushiroad's really good at playtesting.
It's true, because they had this in mind so far in advance before they actually saw it. Because when we saw it, we were like, what the hell? All of a sudden, things.
Now, you're not going to use them in every deck, because some things
Yeah.
are just going to consume all the counterblasts.
Like, for instance,
Or-
when we get to Musketeers, I will explain things.
And some decks probably get...
Jack themselves out for one reason or another.
Yeah, so you'd stay away from it for the most part. You'd do those.
And then other decks just don't have them. Looking at you, pirates.
When you want to save cards, yeah. Just get some unflippers in the deck or whatever you need. Don't play a counterblast heavy boss. It's easy to accommodate them if you really want to.
And I would recommend, if you have a deck that you can use them, well, do so. Personally, I think that of the two, the Perfect Guard versus the Quintet Wall, it's more efficient. Yeah, more efficient choice, as you're not, discarding cards from your hand to use it.
As we know, every one card matters because it's the difference between forcing out that last 5k or just coming up short.
And with this, you don't have to do that. You just gotta make sure you're not running like a billion zeros when you do it.
General rule though, if you're gonna play a quintet wall, you're gonna play all 10k triggers.
Odros.
No draws at all, 'cause they will do nothing for you. But it's fine, as we mentioned in a previous How to Van Good, if you build the deck right, 8 crits and 4 stands can do you just fine.
Yeah.
Or even just all crits. So much.
Next one is just Egran and Aegis, which again are quintet
They're
walls.
starting
More
with the
quintet
United
walls.
Sanctuary, of course.
Yeah, United Sanctuary are getting all the quintets.
Royal Gold, Genesis, and then the one Dragon Empire clan, Murakumo.
Yep, Murakumo, they are coming of age or something.
It's hilarious because they're getting all sorts of good stuff too.
In fact, let's just talk to them right here. Let's talk about them first, because
Yeah,
they're.
we've got our Murakumo Break Ride buddy here.
Yep.
Kagaraboom. Covert
Look at
Dragon.
Bloom.
Yeah. Anyway, Break Ride effect lets you search for up to 2 copies of the thing you just rode. Call them. At the end of the turn, they go back to your hand.
So the hand.
Oh, fuck your lock. My front row is safe.
In fact, that's the thing that Murakumo inadvertently did all the time, was keep their field empty until they needed it to be used. And now they're getting things that are more specifically geared towards protecting themselves from the jokers.
Not to mention, like, all of the Murukuma Vanguards just thus far want extra copies of themselves anyway. You've got things like Mandalore and Shirayuki that Persona Blast.
It's true.
You've got Hyaki Vogue that powers up all other Hyaki Vogues. And even freaking Tamamo wants rearguard Tamamos because they have like Firefox and things like that.
Yeah, so it's like, it's pretty good justification to do it. And of course, they have a locking unit too, if I recall, a unit that locks their own stuff to do things.
This guy.
And there is, in fact. Akivo Glivas.
He can Counterblast 2 to go recruit a copy of himself, and he can lock 2, power up all copies of himself by 10 until the end of the turn.
Which is pretty great.
Its ability is great. It gives Million Rad some fun.
Yes, because you just lock the clone, so it stays on your table.
Yep. So, that makes me happy. I like Million
It
Rad.
also sets the precedent that you don't need to be a card before to be reversed. This and Maiden of Venus Trap.
Should we
They weren't even cards until they got reversed.
Should we talk about Neo Nectar now?
Yes.
This.
They get to have fun too.
So, since you mentioned it, how about Maidens of Venus Trap first?
First.
Well, she is basically Lukier. Except
She even kind of looks like Luke.
you pull them out of the top 5 of the deck instead.
Yep.
Unfortunately, like, you don't always quite get what you wanted to get, but whatever.
Being the Neo Nectar player, I'm actually kind of disappointed.
Yeah, she's okay.
Yeah, she's
Nothing
okay,
too
but
crazy.
Lord of the Deep Forest, Master of Winterstead,
Master
why aren't
Wisteria.
you a musketeer?
Well, that's because no fun allowed.
There you go. Don't know how to try.
It's alright. You get to pull out 2 copies of units you already have out.
Yep. Pick 2 and you get to copy them. So,
They saw the pie, for those who are wondering what Emily's face was about. As we may continue.
sorry. Okay. But,
He's fine. It's just that if you run into super new cappy things, you might not even get to pull out 2 dudes.
yeah. Red Rose Musketeer Antonio.
Guess who it is?
Hey, Antonio.
Perfect guard.
Yep, not a quintet wall.
Well, there's a reason they
yeah.
didn't give them a quintet.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wonder why freaking they don't have
No,
a
it makes
quintet wall.
No, I agree. It's just I remember I was on Pojo and some people were like, "Why isn't he a quintet wall?" And I'm like, "Dude, Musketeers are so counterblasted."
We don't need them
And-
to have them for that reason, and because we don't need them to
CC
run the game.
faster.
Need instant Cecilia.
No,
Like-
just CC
The fact that they have an unflipper now will just let you keep cycling these
Yeah.
back and using them again and never decking out because
Yeah, never decking out ever because that's what they do. It's like, no. Not allowed to have a quintet wall until Nubatama get more support. Because we're finally happy with the stuff we got, but now they're still behind. Because that's just how this works.
Also, they got a stand trigger.
yeah,
So did
he's actually pretty decent too because he puts himself back in the deck to recruit a guy.
Yeah, I like that he puts himself back. That makes my life easy.
You just stand your 12k attacker and yeah.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, those Musketeers are looking pretty fine now, especially.
I'm actually changing my deck so that it only has 2 Hermans and 4 Cecilias, so I only have 6 3Ks.
Because you don't really want to ride Herman anyway.
Yeah.
Do it!
Yep.
Do which? Ride Herman or
Yes!
No.
Die.
Actually, I was thinking of possibly getting rid of Herman altogether and getting the brake ride.
go man move? Well, yeah, I guess that's right too.
But yeah, anyway, we should talk about other things.
Alright.
Cuba.
So about 3 clans got this kind of card where if you ride a specific kind of grade 3, you get to do whatever. In this case, you can call any grade 1 Royal Paladin from the deck for counterblast 1. When you ride an Ashley unit, it's okay. I don't like these very much simply because they're attack bait and they're probably not gonna ever actually
They'll
use their
probably
skills.
die long before they do, unless.
If that's what you want to happen, then by all means.
But if that's their reasoning, I'd probably sooner use the special intercept, because if it doesn't die, it gives you a lot of shield. It's better to me.
Ezel got one. It top calls though, but he's got the best name. Freaking Knight of the Scorching Scales, Elliewood or something.
Elliewood.
Yeah, Elliewood is the best name. He's too badass to be Elliewood. Seriously.
I like Elliewood.
And then Eradicators let you kill one of your opponent's choice. Yeah.
Wow, it was killing any bonus choice. Remember, he was specific about that.
The more interesting card for them was actually the grade 1 when you ride a grade 3. It must have been an Eradicator. You move him to soul, retire one in the front row. Kill everything.
He's just neat. What else do we have? I think that's like all the big things.
Big things, but you do have some interesting little additions like generic rear guard sort of guy for Genesis that lets you use Soul Blast 3 for plus 4k and hit actual numbers with all the stuff you're playing. I actually really like that in the variants that don't really use all their soul all that well, like Artemis and what have you. New triggers for Kagero because they totally needed more.
New triggers for Gold
Wait,
Paladins.
wait, this matters. Because Dragon Dancer Barbara,
Oh yeah, Barbara.
Oh,
actual
God.
female heel.
What the fuck? Why
Yeah,
am I better heal?
Kagero having women that are usable, that's
Liberators
blowing
also
my
got a
mind.
second heel.
Third.
Napgal, no,
Third.
Liberators.
Oh yeah, Liberator's got a second.
Alright, Napgal, Liberator is
Napgal.
the most OP. Do not fuck with Napgal. Confirmed.
He likes sleeping, you see. He's a
When you
lazy ass
name your
dog.
kid Nap,
I almost want to say that's just the name he was appointed.
whoever's in charge
Various
of pointing the dog's
Ezel
names.
support, like a damage adder that soul charges and it's 7k, so you're obviously going to use that. And a K clone for Ezel, and a new starter that goes in and trades itself for 2 cards.
Does Ezel really need to exist still?
No, but they don't care.
Everything I
Oh, Kagero Lockbird, I'm sure we mentioned that already.
I have a question.
Yes.
Why did Neonectar get another draw trigger?
Because they needed one, obviously.
Why did Granblue get another draw trigger when they didn't even use their first one? Like, some of these things are just in the sets to fill a quota for
Why did they get another
sneak
crit?
dynamics.
Why did they get another crit?
Because shut up.
Okay.
But yeah, so
see
Booster
this.
14. Yeah, that's what happens apparently. God will strike you down just like it struck down Dan's ability to see the Monica movie. Even God doesn't want him to see it.
But you shouldn't. Just
Oh man,
Think of
Murakumo
it.
can play 16 criticals. Just do it, guys.
And 12 stand now, actually.
So, Booster 14 opinion. Okay.
There's so much just in the way of dynamic and interesting things, and it was completely unexpected.
Of course. There are 3 cards I want. That's it.
I'm having my interests here and there, mostly in the Genesis things, because and the Kagero stuff. It exists, but I don't think there was much outside of the cross break ride specifically, because that thing's just so good.
Oh yeah, also, my Link Joker are crying. That's another opinion I have.
Well,
Hey, you know what makes them cry harder? The promo pack that's associated with this set in Japan. It's an entire pack of things that unlock.
well, it looks like I'll be
cards in particular.
rebuilding my.
Oh God, excuse me out
Gold
there in the
bells.
world.
Grade 1 Murakumo that unlocks one on call, which is ridiculous with Yakivogue reverse because you can make the front line have 31k. Grade 2 8k Gold Paladin that no one's going to play because Ezel exists. A Royal Paladin that also has a Soul Saber Dragon effect on it for like Counter Blast 2, Soul Blast 2, which is cheap as balls.
Well, let's just hope that my Link Joker don't die too bad because of set 15 and they're getting stuff there.
Well, you see, even if Chaos Breaker is dying, Nebula Lord's not. Because all he ever did was strong them anyway. The lock was more of an afterthought.
But they aren't dead. It's just they are more limited.
Yep.
Just not as effective.
It's called sets that people are looking forward to. That includes trial decks, extras, boosters, whatever.
12 and 14?
Well, we already established 14. I'm talking about others.
I know. That's what I'm looking
Any other ones?
for. Yeah, 12 and 14.
14 is not counting because I said other as in not counting the one we just talked about.
and
That's why
13.
I said other like 5 times now. Anyway,
Yeah, 12.
you.
Not 13, because that's the Dark Ages.
Shut up, you.
I- Sorry.
Me, personally, am looking forward to extra booster. Was it 9, 8, freaking whatever?
I think it was 9.
9?
Divine Dragon Progression.
Yep, because as far as I know, it's not like a time-limited grade 4. And more importantly, it is a amazing grade 4. No velvet.
It makes me quiver in my boots.
Care to give us the rundown on what he does?
Right, well... What doesn't it do?
Yeah, that's what it do. Get it up, please. It actually, it's if Sylvest was the bare minimum a grade 4 could do, this guy
Basically,
or girl
you look
is
at all the text that's on Exculpate the Blaster. You've got about as much on Novo Vague.
except for this is not restricting stuff. This is actual effects.
The headlining part is Counter Blast 3, Soul Blast 3, and drop a Novel Vague to nuke the entire opposing field.
It's all just yawn.
You're
12.
not usually going to, but
It's there.
it's there. The more
Base.
terrifying part is it's base 13.
No, it's base 13 when it attacks, isn't it?
No.
But base 12 normally,
It's 13 all the time.
normally.
It's 12 on rear guard.
or 12 on rear guard, right? That's what it was.
And
It's up.
the omnipotent silent Tom effect.
God damn it! Took so long.
You can't get rid of it
Yeah, get that one.
because it's the Vanguard.
Yeah, then I guess we'll just read it to you. Limit break 4, Counter Blast 3, Soul Blast 3, you heard already. But that's not all he does. During your turn, the effects of your opponent's triggers are negated.
So they also can't heal.
They can't heal, they can't draw, they can't get last minute. Yeah, they can't get last minute power. What they have is all they have, and they just have to deal with it. But your triggers still work. During a battle that this unit attacks a Vanguard, your opponent cannot normal call grade 0 units to the Guardian Circle from his or her hand, so it's not a Tom effect. And it's like I said, 13 on Van, 12 on rear guard, base. So if they are having a hard enough time trying to kill off older clans, if that was their intent, older clan styles, This is one step in that direction to do it.
Especially since Elevig is basically just a grade 3 anyway, on account of its
Of its support.
cards. Like the grade 1 that lets you trade a Novel Vague for any given grade 3 Kagura.
Yeah.
There are a lot of ways you can take advantage of that, like Overlord the End, and Cruel Dragon, which is basically just your stepping stone to this if you want to get it out a turn early. Or you can get your guaranteed break ride play.
Yep. But more to the point, it's get rid of the extra Vague in your hand, or if you don't have 3, the Vague in your hand, period, to force into your hand the grade 3 you need to do things, and then get the Vague later. Which I think they have a card to do that too.
I can't actually search for it.
Well, not directly search, but I mean like get it to your hand.
Although they do have one that reveals a copy and counterblast 1 to kill any grade 2 or lower.
I could have sworn it was the card you just said, where it's a whatever for
you trade him for a grade
any given Kagero, right?
grade 3 or higher. Well, I don't think you'd want to trade a Vague for a Vague anyway.
Or would you?
Like, that just seems...
Well, the point is you're going to want to run 4 of them.
Yep.
Because you're going to make sure you have it in your hand so you can do stuff. And because of the being able to search for the grade 3, you could probably just justify running less grade 3s.
One
compensation.
grade 3.
No.
Playing your 4/4 like normal.
Yeah, just do 4 of a 4 grade 3 is an option because of that thing. Because you're going to get the grade 3. And if you're using counter row, you can get the thing that searches the thing. You know, just chain search.
It's just a big... it's pretty much just a generic cross ride.
He's like, yeah, like a generic cross ride, except for he's 12 on the rear guard circle, which hasn't happened before.
You got all these massively threatening abilities all in one place.
Yeah, it's Silent Tom crossed with freaking you don't get to use your triggers. It's definitely a good start in the right direction, and what makes me think, after once season 4 starts, it's going to start promoting might be promoting grade 4s, because this is a very interesting thing. It's like making an archetype, but not because because if you run the grade 4, dude, it's
Band-Aid.
what?
He doesn't have a Band-Aid like Sylvester.
Yeah, he doesn't have Band-Aid in Eccentric 4. But what was I saying? Oh, right. It's even though they're not necessarily in the same archetype, you have to use these cards if you're running the grade 4. Otherwise, the wonky ratio, they're going to mess you up. But because these cards work so well with each other, you can get yourself to the 4 without worrying about the ratios being messed up, because your 1s and 2s make up for it.
You're locked into playing, specific other cards. You just play those like 8 things.
And then everything else is just butter.
Delicious, delicious.
And so what makes me think is maybe in season 4, what they'll do is exactly that. Instead of making more archetypes, sub-clans, it'll be more grade 4s with cards that are used to make the deck able to use 4s without them dying like Sylvis would.
And then we go back into this dynamic where you've got these fast, like one-turn Gambit break ride decks, and these older, more defensive grind game decks with their 13k base and what have you.
Yep.
That just sort of faded away in favor. Everything is 11 forever. Deal with it.
Yeah. So that would be a good way to get out of that by making everything 12 and 13 forever.
80% of being a man is being Novel. The rest is just gravy.
Which is funny because Novell might be a woman. It's hard to tell with that picture.
It's got the stripper legs and the boobs, but the lore says it's a man, and I don't care.
He's just fabulous.
But my boy, it's actually quite a funny road it takes. It started by being big and bulky, got bigger and bulkier, then it got faster because 11Ks, you just get in there. And now it's going to be faster but bulkier at the same time, because unlike the break rides, unlike the cross rides, it wasn't you have to take a turn to set up your big guy. You just get to do it. But as a result, you're going about as fast as a break ride would, but with a 13 that's always 13 instead of having to set up a specific thing. Which means you can do a break ride grade 4. Imagine
Of course, break riding Novel Vig on Dauntless is the most terrifying
Yeah.
thing, because that's 2 swings that they aren't guarding unless they got a perfect guard.
Yeah, think about that. Because he'll be 23 by himself, and then he'll hit you again, and none of your triggers will work. And you can't use triggers.
He actually has a 10k booster that is base 7 and doesn't actually cost anything. It's just like, if this card boosts Novel Vig, +3.
So, okay, my mistake. He's 23 the first time around, and 33 the second time around. You can't use triggers, and triggers don't activate on your turn.
My crits.
So, yeah, grade 4s are going to be the way to go. Anything from, like, before probably Booster 6 will need upgrades to handle that, because I can't imagine older style decks being able to handle that very well.
I'm going to have to put away my Musketeers. There's no way they're going to be able to handle this new generation.
Well, they
Because
can.
they can recycle perfect guards infinitely.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
got perfect guards they keep on using since they have a perfect guard now.
Yeah.
It's more decks like maybe like old school Alfred might have a bit of a harder time, because making those kind of numbers is only doable because of Palamedes existing. And even then, he can't make the same kind of number to hit Noveg on Vanguard.
I'm like, Alfred, I don't even have any desire to use him anymore, because you can make a deck with 8 unlockers.
No, you know that one, the classic Kagero, all the old think tank decks. It's like all of them are going to have a bit of a harder time with this sort of thing, especially if more clans are going to start getting this kind of stuff, which I would assume is the inevitable goal.
We have a bit of power creep going on.
Well, it was only a matter of time it happened at all, but it's the kind of power creep that is reasonable.
Yeah.
It's like, A, it took like several years for us to get to this point, and B, it's not that old cards are going to be useless, it's just that they're not going to be as effective as they once were.
Yeah, definitely. I think like something they need to do for the next set is make sure that they give some kind of buffer to older cards, because Bushiroad's always been good about that.
Well, that's what they did. That's what they did before. That's why CEO and things like that got those cross rides and junk, was so they had a chance to still be relevant, and that's why certain things got more support. And
like Amon, he's from Booster 3. He came back in Booster
he came
12.
with a whole archetype based around him.
Yeah.
It's like
anything that was supposed to be like a big deal is gonna stay a big deal, because they're not just gonna let their headlining things fade into non-existence.
they'll get a second, except for maybe Tsukiyomi. They hate her for some reason.
so much.
That and
But it's
Vermilion.
okay, you're not gonna stop me. I have a quintet wall,
No, they
motherfuckers.
gave him at least a cross ride. Tsukiyomi, they fucking hate.
But my point is, it's like they'll always give older cards, at least ones they want to give, another chance. It's like Alfred may not necessarily get a power boost again, but Palamedes might show back up with some stuff. Might be a swordsman archetype.
Palamedes cross ride.
Palamedes the Liberator?
Because there's a
Alfred's not part of Royal Paladins anymore.
Nope.
right, but
He's
it's
a gold.
manga cards.
Oh, you mean? Oh yeah. We could get the Blaster Javelin normally.
Yeah,
That would make that whole deck just so much better.
since they seem to be fine with making more manga-based sets, even if not all the cards exist. They have stuff that's in
I mean,
themes
heck, Novel Vague is a manga card.
that had like one
It
known
was-
effect,
it was
and then
one
we're
known
like,
effect.
yeah, we're gonna do more.
It had one effect. Neither player's triggers work, and it did not have a twin drive on the symbol thing. And even back then, despite that, it was like, this could be interesting to use. But then it got better, and we're like, well, shoot, that one looks like ass now.
Needless to say, Extra Booster 9 kind of blows Extra Booster 8 out of the water, since we haven't even touched on that. But we
Oh
can't
yeah, that's
tell.
right, that exists, doesn't it?
Champions of the Cosmos.
I guess we should start talking about that.
Its name actually got changed from Champions of the Galaxy or something for reasons of old game they didn't want to step on. I don't know.
But let's see what notable thing in there in particular. Nova Grapplers have more cross rides than anybody ever now.
So, Galaxy Blau Kluger. Oh, he's a scary motherfucker. Because, you wouldn't think an unhit limit break would matter until it applies to your entire front row. If any of your Blau units hits, and it's the first one that hit that turn, Counterblast 2, drop 2 Nova Grapplers, stand to the center lane.
In other words, he's probably going to stand unless you have the ball to block every attack.
It puts in work, and it's like, it's not even really a cost. You keep Twin Drive this time. All you're doing is trading 2 cards for a different 2 cards and more damage. 16 crits, go.
Yep, you just lay into them. It's pretty good. Like I was telling this one guy who has a problem with trading for things that might be usable later, that these cards will have some use when this thing goes out. Because I imagine a 13K base getting in there.
And they even, alright, they got a new starter for the Blau family. And it's the most nutty thing, because when your Blau Vanguard hits, you can Counterblast 1, look at the top 3, add a Blau card from them to your hand, shuffle the rest back. It doesn't go into the soul, it just stays there. It keeps doing it.
Maybe that was a typo.
No, if it was, they would have fixed it by now.
Maybe it was a typo and they decided, let's just keep it.
Blau and perfect guard for no reason.
Yep.
So you can look for those. You've got a 10k vanilla Blau unit. You've got a Blau break ride actually, which is not quite as good with the Blau series as it is with just Asura Kaiser cross ride.
Blah 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 blah. But speaking of Shura Kaiser, his head is
Doesn't
huge.
even look like it's from this game.
It really doesn't.
It's a Lego. When he drive checks a grade 3 Nova Grappler at limit break, he's not going to let you hear the end of it.
No.
He gains the ability, Counterblast 2, drop 2 Nova Grapplers, stand itself and a Nova Grappler rear guard, and give itself plus 10. Now this is very important because if you just break ride this on Pluto Blau Kluger, was it?
Yeah.
You're gonna stand your entire field twice altogether.
Oh, it's a Mond Blau Kluger.
Right, Mons. Meaning moon in German or something.
So German, this archetype.
Yeah.
This whole season has been very German.
This guy is Counterblast 1 on attack, stand your Nova Grappler rear guard.
This is what he does. Yeah, so... Yeah, ride that Asura Kaiser over that. It's like you don't even need the extra 2.
And if it weren't enough, he has a grade 1 and a grade 2 that say, if you have an Asura Vanguard, whenever your Nova Grappler becomes stand, plus 3k. So they're getting a plus 15, up to 2 times in one turn. And attacking you up to 2 times each in one turn.
Now, this all sounds great too. I know it sounds like we were giving it a lot of crap before we started talking about it, and this all does sound good. You just gotta understand, that's just how good Vague is. Like this stuff, if Vague weren't here, this would be the thing we would be gabbing about first, because it's like, dude, these cross rides are great. It's just grade 4 is just so good.
80% of being man is being vague.
Anything else from that?
More new triggers.
Oh yeah.
Like including a stand that... Did it get more power for having a Blau Vanguard or...
Let us see.
Maybe we'll find out. Starker Wind.
For a Blau card.
Oh, it's just a Blau card in general.
If your Vanguard has Blau in its name, plus 3k until the end of battle.
When this thing attacks? Yeah, the manliest trigger.
Yep.
7k.
7k trigger.
Take that, Quintet.
If you're really in a need for...
Quartet.
If you're in a real need for some units on the field, well, he'll get in there for you.
He doesn't need 3 other cards to back him up. He just is.
Yeah, no mass production sailor for this.
No mermaids.
Nope. No. Oh yeah, and I believe they got their Luckbird finally. It only took them 2 years.
Hey, that's just as long as it took that other clan.
Wah.
Yep, that's what I thought. I think I have everything from that set. Man, there's a lot of leprechauns showing up in this game. The Grapplers have one, and so do Spike Brothers.
It's his 10k
Mecha
booster.
lollies.
Actually, it's all of there. It's a Blau 10k
Oh,
booster.
they're not even the same race. This Leprechaun's Battleroid, the one Spike Brothers is an elf. Which reminds me, Spike Brothers have an elf. I didn't notice that because I didn't read it before. But yeah, they have an elf in their thing. They don't have a human yet, as far as I know.
No, they do.
They do have one now?
Yeah,
Who is-
Babyface.
Oh, that's right, Babyface is a human. Babyface Isaac. Bunch of firsts from Booster 10, I tell you what. I don't know if there's anything else we're looking forward to.
All I know is I need to update my decks to brace myself for everything.
And Booster 15 looking like it might be the final set of the series. Like,
Well, it's
not,
season 3.
not Vanguard in general, but the season. Yeah.
Season 3.
Season 3.
15, last one. Kai is going to be fighting next week. He jumped off of one story at least without breaking his legs. Or even...
Without even
flinch. Yeah, without even flinching.
Currently becoming reversed.
Void is some powerful hash.
Yep, it is.
Well, we already knew this because it let them generate tables.
That's some
out of
tails
nowhere
out of nowhere. It's like we knew that.
and support all the images.
Do you just imagine, like, whoever was, like when they were telling Kai how reverse worked? Okay, so, you get super strength, you can jump off of, like, one-story buildings, and the most powerful thing is you can summon tables!
Well, anywho, it's like you said, Kai's going to be fighting. He was one of the big reverse things. How many episodes do you think were left? Roughly.
This is going until at least February.
So we've got to stand another like 10 episodes or so, maybe 13. And, well, after Kai gets reversed, we got all of America, we have to assume. Otherwise, I don't know what the hell he was doing over there.
After him, there's Jun and his gang.
Jun and his gang, Takuto, and America.
That's about it. Like,
Maybe Link Joker actually invades Earth.
No, I have to assume that something happened in the U.S. That has to be something. And there's 10 episodes left, and June is like a minor character. I can't imagine it's gonna take a whole lot of time. He literally shows up in like 4 episodes in the last like 3 seasons.
Oh, Corian.
Oh right, Corian.
Everyone seems to have forgotten she exists.
Well, it's like she's reversed, but she's still hanging out with
It's
everyone.
because we don't want her to exist anymore. It's like, what is her plans? What is her goal as reversed? She was conflicted before, but she didn't seem any confliction about beating up Aichi's friends.
No, she's just hanging out with them. It's like, oh man, we gotta go
Is she?
fight everyone.
No,
I
she's
thought
not.
she was.
I
She
think
was
she-
before.
She
Yeah,
showed
before
up
she
to
revealed
reverse
herself.
Yeah.
Kamui, and then she left. That's all we've seen of her.
Whatever, man. So, yeah, there aren't that many characters left.
They got a lot to cover in like 13 or so episodes, is my point.
Yeah.
I bet Kai's just gonna be like, I'm gonna go fix what I did.
He flies out to America. Yeah, I know the season's not over yet, but I'm going to give my impression right now. It is very off-screen.
Yeah.
Like, everything that should be a big bout happens off-screen, unless it's characters that are important.
Yep.
Everything else just happens off-screen.
Non-fight Vanguard.
Not just non-fight Vanguard. When Kyo unreversed Brilliant Stars, he obviously unreversed him. He was just sitting in the audience, clearly unreversed, just watching other people play.
Yep.
And so were Brilliant Stars. They aren't reversed anymore. They aren't fighting anyone. We've seen them multiple times. They're just, all happened off screen. When that red herring of a plot happened with Kote and Leon, before that ended up being nothing because it ended extremely fast. They unreversed all the lackey characters off screen in like a second. Like the
Power of Bro Fist.
yeah, the power of bro fist. The bump fist, the room glows, everyone's on reverse and on the ground. It's,
There are some other things that you have to wonder, like, where the fuck's Ezra even coming from
yeah.
this time? Like, why? And
It's from Reverse Corey, of
Why?
course.
How? What? It's like this whole it's like the season started off fantastically. It looked like it was just gonna go back to like its roots and just capture what it did the first season, since the second season wasn't so great.
And then it kind of dragged on a bit where you were like, okay, there's still slice of life. What's going on?
Yeah, then it started taking too long for that. Then plot happened, but the plot didn't actually happen. It was just the same thing over and over again. And then we got to a new thing, which hopefully won't do the same thing, especially because it only has a few episodes left to do anything. And it's like all that time, and I don't know why. Like, what did the what did the student council do?
they
One of the,
always
Rocket.
thought Vanguard is great. Yes.
yeah, now they think Vanguard is the best thing ever because they got saved by Naoki. Which is another thing. Naoki's development happens off screen.
Yeah.
Like we see him get considerably
Shingo,
better off
we're
screen.
best buds now.
Yeah, at some point he and Shingo became best buds. Last time we saw them like actually doing things, they were not exactly nice to each other.
They
They
were
were
at each
bickering
other's
at each other while in front of Leon, and Leon was just like, okay.
And then they just became friends.
You helped me fix my deck. That's enough for me.
Not to mention, Leon's like, I'm gonna go help fight with Aichi. Where did he go?
Uh,
We don't know.
Well,
I
he
got there first.
he decided he wasn't going to fight with Aichi because Aichi was being a pussy. That's what he said.
Okay, well, he's off fighting
I don't know
somewhere.
what, and you know why?
He went to America. That's how.
Because
they
he
figured
was
it out.
not, he did not sign up for Yu-Gi-Oh. Aichi signed up for a Slice of Life series, and he got thrown into Yu-Gi-Oh 5D's stuff.
I wasn't ready for this.
Because we got dark signers and everything.
My frail body can't handle Yu-Gi-Oh.
Where the hell did Leon go? He was supposed to be heading to the Tatsunagi Corp like everyone else.
And either
Maybe he's in there.
he's in there and he got reversed like a chump, which I wouldn't be surprised for reason one, he's Leon, and reason two, he's not an important enough of a character to actually see him fight and lose.
It's okay.
Unless
He went
it's
to
to
America
a character
to
who
fight
doesn't matter
yes.
technically.
Maybe he has super getting lost skills like Zoro from One Piece.
Maybe
Man.
he's following the Chens.
That or he's taking care of June. And we'll see him in that arc.
Maybe. All I know is
Kai is getting fixed so soon. Why is he on the cover of Booster 15?
is he reversed on that cover?
Yeah.
Do you think he just takes one look at Aichi
Huh.
and goes, no, and then leaves?
Oh no, they're fighting. We have this confirmed. We don't know how it's gonna end or like.
Do you think
if
Aichi's
it-
gonna get reversed? Do you think they'd be ballsy enough to do that?
No, but we have established that the reverse fighter can just up and leave whenever they want. Korean did it. Maybe Kai is just gonna be, no, I'm not doing this. I'll be
It's
back.
possible.
He's quit.
Or maybe he'll use some, or maybe he'll be using some cards in here that are.
Just way ahead of schedule.
It's possible that this whole thing is rushed because it took too much time. Like we just said a few minutes ago, it's like this whole season feels way too rushed compared to the last two.
It's because they wasted so much time with the slice of life.
Yeah, it's because the first like 40 episodes meandered way too much. So I'm thinking it's just that, oh crap, we better hurry this up, and they're just showing their stuff early now.
This is what happens when you get the writer of Beyblade.
Yeah, I think I mentioned this in the video that went a while back, but as soon as LA told me that one of the writers of Beyblade was manning this whole thing,
Director of GX, I don't fucking know.
and the director of GX, it's like, well, shoot, this is bad news. And it turns out it was.
Like, the pacing in this is just all over the place, and it's made the writing suck.
And then we have Aqua Force and Pale Moon and some other random shit in Booster. Why? 15. Shadow Paladins too. Well, we know why, because
Link
they need to
Joker,
get updated
Gold,
too.
Shadows, Kagura, Aquaforce, Mega Colony, and Pale Moon.
Yep. Sorry, Dark Regulars, some other time.
It's still
Not that you
for
need
you.
that much.
Yeah, it's like, how are they going to show up? When? Because there's
There's not many
not a lot of
episodes
time.
left. If they show up, they're gonna be showing up like all at once. Like they're gonna have to share some episodes fighting
Maybe
things.
they'll just be in the beginning.
Asuka and Leon team up to fight June.
Hey, that's another thing. We might see the reoccurrence of I was about to say buddy fights,
Let's hop back in, guys.
of tag fights,
Maybe.
because that'd be the easiest way to get multiple characters to do things at a time.
Or they'll just show up at the beginning of season 4.
And there's 6 clans here that's not Link Joker. So it's possible it might just be a bunch of tag fights.
Some of the Booster 9 stuff popped up early in season 3, so maybe
That's also a
thing
possibility.
too.
If it's the last set, it is always like. Well, I guess that's just something we'll have to wait and see what happens. We talked about a lot of stuff here. I think we've basically covered everything that's happening that's important. Other
Through
than
the first quarter of next year.
other than the fact that the manga is getting brought out here.
Oh, yeah.
And it gets
Starting
promo
in
cards.
April
Yep.
or so.
April promo cards they included.
Which is very confusing because we already got a couple of those.
Yeah, so
What are they gonna do?
Still want to know when we're gonna get those fighter collection cards. I need my Nurkas.
we'll get them when we get them, because as that one extra booster shows us, they're just gonna throw them in here and there.
And that's that.
All right, I guess that's everything.
Ignore her.
If we forgot anything, just mention below. I don't really think we did, though. I think we covered everything that was important. And
If you
we'll,
want opinions on decks or whatever with the new stuff, feel free to ask. I mean,
yeah, feel free to ask, because there's a bunch of new cards from Booster 10. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, everybody.